The desert. It's really part of a much bigger picture in the Bible. For all its beauty, for all its glory, is also a metaphor in the Bible of chaos, of pain, of suffering, of things that are not the way they're supposed to be. It's an interesting metaphor because in a way it's a paradox. On the one hand, the desert is dangerous and filled with peril. Poisonous snakes, the Bible says, scorpions, wild animals, demons are found here. No water, no food, no shelter. The blazing heat of the day, the valley of the shadow of death at night. Dangerous place. And yet in the Bible, it's a place of refuge. David finds sanctuary in the desert and meets God himself. Moses finds refuge here. Israel does too from the bondage in Egypt, and Elijah as well. I'd like to invite you to join us in this series of desert studies. I'd like to have you join us, if you would, not as a spectator and watch our journey or in our study and our hiking in this desert to watch Israel's ancient journey long before us as recorded in the text. I'd like to have you join us in your deserts. It may be something you carry deep inside your soul. But in the heat, in the pain, in the struggle, in the unknown, I'd invite you to discover that God is there with you. And He will be just enough for you as He was for them. We were in the desert of Sinai. We were in the desert of Paran. We were in the desert of Sin, the Negev desert, the wilderness of Judea. We were in all of the deserts. And as we wandered, we kept our eyes open and the book open to discover those beautiful biblical pictures and metaphors that reminded us of how God sustained them and God sustained us. So you're going to see a whole series of those moments where we suddenly discovered again how God is sufficient in desert. As you join us, I pray you would discover that God's purpose in desert, yours as well, is in the struggle to know Him more intimately. And I pray that in the silence of these deserts, where somehow the noise of life that often drowns out our awareness of God's presence would be the moment where you discover Him again and fall in love with Him all over again. Come, let's find God in the desert.